whose legacy has inspired and helped composers, artists, authors, even through now. Well, today I want to tell you about an American composer by the name of Edward MacDowell. Edward was born in 1860 in New York City to a middle-class, very cultured family, and his mother really encouraged this art, this music, visual art, poetry, anything, and he took it on. He showed an exceptional musical ability very young on. Edward's talent was so obvious that as a teenager he was sent to Paris, France to go study music there. And after a little bit he transferred to Germany and he really got quite a strong music education and foundation there. It was the kind of rigorous training that was considered essential for serious composers at the time. He studied piano, composition, and counterpoint. This education placed him firmly in the German Romantic composition family, the same musical lineage as Schumann, as Brahms. That was his foundation. Now, while in Germany, he catches the attention, or his music does, of none other than Franz Liszt, who is a huge, big superstar at the time. So this endorsement helped him quite a bit. Early on in his career, he would write some lighter, happier, fluffier pieces, not so serious, and he did this under a pseudonym of Edgar Thorn. And the reason he used that is because he wanted to be considered a serious composer, but he liked this fluffy, happy stuff, but he didn't want it to dilute his actual work. Ironically, though, some of these fluffy, happy pieces became some of his most well-known pieces. There's a choir piece he wrote called The Witch, I think. Anyway, you need to go look it up. It is so funny and cute. In the 1880s, he returns to the United States and becomes one of America's most prominent composers. Then later he is appointed professor of music at the University of Columbia, and he really starts working on the curriculum there. He loves this, but he never stops composing. He's still working on orchestral works, piano sonatas. Piano is his primary instrument, but he also works on these woodland sketches that are just lovely to listen to. These pieces helped create a distinct American voice and was mostly inspired by nature. But then he wanted to use inspiration more than just nature, and he wanted to use more than just his classical European training. And he goes searching for it, and he finds Native American melodies, and he fuses them into his romantic style music. He uses folklore imagery, yes, the nature sounds, but also this Native American melodies that he's now learned. Now, this doesn't mean that it's pure. Modern scholars recognize these influences as a romanticized idea. It's not like this thing that is ethnographically accurate, but he is trying to capture all that is America, all that he knows is America, into his music. So now he's in his career. He's a very well-established composer. He's a great pianist. He's a music teacher. He also likes to write, and he writes a lot on music philosophy, but he's also a poet. Let's go back just a few years. In 1883, while he was still in Germany, he is learning how to compose. He is learning all about music, but he is also teaching piano. He does need to make some money. A student comes his way. She's a great student. Her name is Marion. They fall in love. He's not much older than her. They move back to America, and shortly after they move to America, they get married. They have a lifelong great companionship filled with respect, and she is wonderful for him. As he's gaining respect, I think that he was so good at everything he did. He was a great teacher, he was a great performer, and he was a very gifted composer as well. His writings were very, I think, enlightening to what was important to him. His essays would argue that music should really be there to express emotion, imagination, and nature. It should be more than just this technical thing that is technically perfect. It needs to be expressive. In 1904, he was involved in a very bad carriage accident. I just talked about Kreutzer a few days ago. It was the same thing. This was horrible. His mental and physical health declined rapidly. He began suffering from memory loss. He had depression. He was definitely cognitively impaired, and it led to quite a rapid decline. It was devastating. He withdrew from public life. He withdrew from teaching. And eventually he wasn't able to perform or even compose. Even during this hard end time, he continued to be praised by well-known European composers. He was very respected by American musicians. He was really seen as this bridge between American and European creativity. He really understood it. He was actually one of the first American composers to really be taken seriously globally. Now, during his final years, he and his wife founded what became the MacDowell colony, and this is where his legacy lives on. It is still there. Artists will take up residencies. They can work and create uninterrupted for whatever the time is that they're there. There's a basket of food left outside. They can just work, work, work. They can compose. They can create plays. They can, whatever it is that they need to be doing creatively, without interruption. They can go. They're not held hostage. It's beautiful out there. And this has influenced so many important people. Artists that have taken up fellowship at the MacDowell Colony, they have won collectively 106 Pulitzer Prizes, 1,009 Guggenheim Fellowships, 35 Book Awards, 8 National Medals of the Arts, 36 MacArthur Fellowships, 130 Rome Prize, 9 Academy Awards, 19 Grammys, 38 Tonys. The list goes on. The people that are here are truly inspired. Being left alone is so good for your creativity. And so in this way, MacDowell, long after he's gone, has helped nurture creativity, which was so important to him for Americans. Because of this accident, in 1908, 4 years afterwards, when he was only 47 years old, he died. But leaving this legacy, his work of compositions is not as vast as others. It's pretty big, though. It's right around 100 pieces, but he was only 47. But the legacy he has left behind, the understanding of nurturing creatives and helping them by just creating space. What an amazing legacy. Go and listen to something by Edward MacDowell.